Hey YouTubers, diecast collectors. This is my thoughts on 25 cars that should be made into real cars. Hot Wheels cars that should be made into real cars. Drag Bust Dave had a video of 10. I wanted to turn it all the way up to 25. So without further ado, let's get started. First off, my first pick is Roll Cage. Roll Cage, a car that would appear in a few video games, and I'm sure a lot of people know about this one. I think it's a really awesome casting. I've always thought Roll Cage should have been a real car racing across the sands in the Baja 1000. I've always pictured this as being an actual car, so it's definitely in there as one of my picks. If I had to pick only 10, this would definitely be one of them. But I think Roll Cage definitely gets the go-ahead, and I think they should definitely make this a real car in 2013. I vote Roll Cage, so Roll Cage, pretty sweet car. I like that V8 engine, and I like the interior. But yep, I really like Roll Cage. So Roll Cage, definitely one of my picks. Second pick, Greased Gremlin. Man, I really like this one a lot. I've always I never had Greased Gremlins, so this was definitely one of my picks. Second to that, I would probably also, I don't have it, and I don't have the casting. I would also like to say Packin' Pacer would be a neat one to have, as well as Greased Gremlin. But yep, I wouldn't mind having Greased Gremlin, seeing this thing racing in the NHRA series. I could see this thing doing a wheelie. But yes, Greased Gremlin, definitely a pick. Other pick, this one, third, is See You Later. My friend gave me this one for Christmas, and I think this is definitely a neat looking car. It's got like this big airplane engine underneath this clear hood, and it's got this nice chrome, interesting green color. I like the black on green. It's a very nice contrast. If this was a real car, this would be awesome. Only thing is, they couldn't make this clear if it was a chassis, and they probably couldn't make this clear, but still, See You Later would be a very neat one to see. I kind of like it. Very futuristic. Another pick of mine would definitely be the Radio Flyer wagon, and I also like Express Lane. I didn't manage to get Express Lane, I don't have it, but Express Lane would definitely be another pick. But I like this Radio Flyer wagon here. Yep, definitely. And this is actually 24 cars, not 25, but I'm mentioning a few more than 25, so oh well. This is the Astro Funk. Not Astro Funk, but this is Fangula. Astro Funk would be another pick of mine to be minted into a real car, because I just like Astro Funk a lot. That's a pretty neat car. I don't have it here with me, but it's a neat car. I like Astro Funk. Just a really spacey looking car. This one, however, isn't really spacey looking. This is more of the Rob Zombie-ish type hot rod. This definitely looks neat. The Fangula. I have a second one of this. I have the Boulevard version, and I happen to own this one. So yeah, Fangula, cool car. Definitely the intake looks neat, the exhausts look awesome. I mean, can't go wrong with that. Fangula. Alright, next up, these are all pretty much going to be hot rods. So this one I definitely like is called So Fine. Yes, you might be wondering why this grill is solid. That's because the engine is actually underneath this flap here. I definitely like So Fine. This is a salt flat car. I mean, this just looks so cool. So Fine just has a lot of neat styling features. If this was a real car, that would be awesome. I know some people have probably built rear engine hot rods, but for this to be made into a real car, I would definitely vote that. This is another one that would go into my top 10 picks, and so would Fangula. So that would definitely go into my top 10. So Fine. So I'm going to put him back. So the next car we have is the Ratified. Oh yeah, definitely like this one. Just the big massive engine and that boat tail rear end. Almost reminds me, the rear end almost reminds me of those Auburns a little bit. It's definitely a cool looking speedster type car, and this one's pretty heavy because of the metal base and everything, but yeah, this definitely should get a go ahead. I just love this engine, I love these pipes, I love this car. Ratify is definitely a cool one, and I definitely wouldn't mind seeing this as a real car. Next up, goes into my top 10 for sure, quarter mile coupe. Yeah, I don't even need to explain this one, guys, do I? I just love the styling of this one. I have this, and I have one upstairs. It's a rubber tire car. But yeah, definitely wouldn't mind seeing quarter mile coupe as a casting. As a casting, yeah, nice, and I wouldn't mind seeing it as a real car. So maybe make the pipes a little bit shorter, because if you were trying to get out, you might get burned. But I mean, still wouldn't mind seeing this as a real car. Still like it. Definitely want to see it as a real car, maybe. Mad Fast, yeah. Oh man, definitely a sweet looking ride. Very futuristic dragster type car. Definitely wouldn't mind seeing this as an actual car. Pretty neat. I really like this. Mad Fast, pretty cool. The chassis, as far as I'm concerned, are kind of barren, but I really like this car. Mad Fast. And my top 10 list also would have to also go to Surf Crate. Surf Crate, yeah, I really like this one. I know a lot of people just love this car. Surf Crate's definitely a sweet car. I don't know how many mention I've put into my top 10 list, but this definitely goes in a list of maybe not top 10, but top cars I would love to see. Surf Crate, definitely. Low carbs, yeah, you know, I really like it. It's a very low, sleek hot rod. It would definitely make a sweet car. This would definitely be a sweet salt flat car also. I really like this one. And so, who's not going to like this car for the top 10? But this definitely gets one of my picks. Not in my top 10, but you know, since it's a hot rod, it might be on the borderline. So, it's a cool car. Another one that's in my top list is the 8 Crate. I love this car. You can't hate on 8 Crate. This one looks neat. I like the rear engine design of it with the carburetors poking through the roof. I like it's just not really made for delivery. Kind of reminds me of that car that they built for the Hot Rod magazine. It was a Rambler wagon with a Ferrari engine in the back. It was called the Ferrambo. If you get the chance, try and look it up. It's Ferrambo. It's called the Ferrambo. But this definitely reminds me of that car a little bit, except that it's not red and it's not a Rambler, but it kind of reminds me of the same basic principle, taking a V8 and putting it in the back of a wagon. But this definitely gets into my top list of cars. So yeah, the 8 Crate. Another one that makes it in there, I would say, is Fish and Chipped. I really like this one, the European-ish car. It looks almost like an old Jag. It is European inspired, that's what I've heard, and one window's up and then the other window's down. Not a lot of people know why. I really don't still, but that's a cool car, is the Fish and Chipped. This one I like too. This is out of the Garage series. This is called So Fine. I like this one. This one's neat. It's a pretty sweet car. But yeah, So Fine is definitely a pick of mine. So this is a really nice looking car. I like this one. Another one I like, and this definitely gets a top for me. It's a new casting, and a lot of people, I don't really like a lot of the new fantasy castings, but when I saw this one I had to get it. It's the Boulevard Bruiser. Oh yeah, this one looks awesome. I mean, it looks like a cross between a Mustang and a Camaro and all those other muscle cars with the tire in the back, and it just looks awesome. I love Boulevard Bruiser. This definitely gets a pick of mine for a real car. Another one that definitely makes it into the tops is this one. Oh yeah. Overboard 454 with these kind of look like Corvette taillights in the back if you look at them real closely. But yeah, this Overboard 454, that's definitely one of my favorites. I just like the way the engine pokes through and you see all the elements of the engine, and just a sweet looking car with the supercharger. I like the graphics on this one. But yeah, Overboard definitely gets a top. This next one is Pass and Gasser, and I know, yeah, there's a lot of gassers out there, and I just get a pick because it's my favorite name, Pass and Gasser. But yeah, I definitely like this car. It's cool. I like the how this had the lettering on the back of the tire. This definitely I could picture in the NHRA also. But yeah, Pass and Gasser, definitely a pick of mine. Oh yeah, this one is that and Pass and Gasser. Maybe not exactly on my top list. This one, probably. It's Jaded. Jaded's cool looking. Jaded, I heard, is actually a Henry J, but it's not a Henry J anymore, of course, because it's been upgraded, modified, and all that. Oh yeah, I would definitely like to see this car. Definitely like to see this car. Very cool. Very cool. Like Jaded a lot. So yeah, that's one of my picks. Another one, this definitely makes it into the top 10, if I had a top 10. This is Attitude. Oh yeah, I like Attitude a lot. He looks awesome. The engine in the back with the windows and just the look of the base, all the features of this car. I mean, the rear engine, the little scoop on the hood, I mean on the roof. This definitely is a cool car with the spoiler and everything. I mean, Attitude, it just looks awesome. I wouldn't mind seeing it as a real car either. Alright, next pick is the Super Modified. Yes, saw this car come out in Stunt Track Driver, and if it came out as a real car, well, I wouldn't be surprised either. This is, well, they actually have cars like this. They are called sprint cars. There are sprint cars that are kind of like this. It's kind of a midget style car. But yeah, this definitely gets a pick of mine. I like this car. Just the way the spoiler is offset to the side here. Just the way this looks with the roll bar and everything and the base. I mean, I really like Super Modified. I think it's a cool car, so it definitely gets a pick for me. So yep, Super Modified makes it into the top almost. This one, Flight 03. Yeah, I like Flight 03 a lot. This actually came out a long time ago. I didn't know. I thought this was a brand new casting. This is not a brand new casting, but when I saw it, I was like, I had to get it because it was like a Pikes Peak car. It was like a tuner car. It was like a little bit of all that mixed together, and it was like just a drifter car almost. I do like this car, the white rims and the paint job and just the black smoky windows. You can't even see on the interior, so I'm not going to try to look at the interior, but yeah, that's a cool car. Another one I like is the Super Smooth. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's a common car. I mean, it's a truck. It's a hot rod truck. But yeah, that's definitely, there are cars like this, sure, but you know, it kind of gets a thumbs up for me. I like Super Smooth a lot. So yep, car I like. And my last car in the open cars is the Sandblaster. Oh yeah, I like this one. Sandblaster, cool truck. If I was gonna pick the off-road cars, Roll Cage would be first, but if this was gonna be my top 10, this would be second to Roll Cage. But yeah, Sandblaster is a pretty cool looking truck. I think it's like a Ford almost, but it's really not a Ford anymore because of course it's a Hot Wheels, and they've definitely done some stuff to soup it up and make it a off-road truck. But this definitely looks neat, and I like the look of this. So Sandblaster is definitely one of my picks. And one of my last picks is the Sweet 16. Yeah, I definitely like this. Sweet 16 or Sweet 16 2. Either one of them are kind of neat. To me, this looks like a Blastoline car almost. Kind of like something one of the Blastoline brothers would build. And as the last pick, I would say this would be my 25th car, because I have 24 here. I would say it would have to be Way Too Fast. Because, of course, I don't have one because mine kind of broke the little tab. It was an error car, so I just threw it away because it had something wrong with it. I'll eventually get another one, but Way Too Fast is definitely a car that would be in my list. But I'm kind of already running over for this video, but eventually I will have the Chip Foose cars on my channel. Some news, guys, they already have released pictures. They've already released some pictures on M2 Machines' website on Facebook, so if you're a Facebook person, you'll only be able to see it on there, but M2 Machines has posted some pictures of the Foose cars, so check it out. I'll eventually have a video up, but to keep you guys informed, they are about to hit the stores, so make sure you look at your Walmarts, Wally Worlds, and your Toys R Us's and wherever else you shop at. But like I said, I'm the J-Man 63, Jared White. Goodbye.